Hey guys, so this is a video on our new series. It's going to show us how we plant actually green pepper seeds for my farm and how I use the fertilizer that I showed you guys how to make. So you're going to need 4 components to make these seedlings. I'm going to plant green peppers. So first of all, you're going to need a seedling tray. This one's got 10 holes by 20, it makes 200 holes. And then what we use for the base is growing medium that's sold by a company called irrigation. It's a cocoa based medium, and if my wife can quickly come closer to show you guys, it's it's kind of like almost like a soft sponge feel to it with some styrofoam with it. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's basically a cacao mixture with quite a lot of stuff. But if you guys buy it, search it online, you'll probably get the components, and then that will be used for the base inside inside the tray. And then to top it off, we're going to put some vermiculite. It's a rock base, I think. I'm not quite 100% sure, but it's almost the same texture as styrofoam, but this one quite holds moisture very good. So I use that to top it off. And then lastly, obviously you're going to need the seeds, so we're going to use pepper seeds. So on to the next video and to show you guys how we do it commercially, basically, or my way commercially, basically. Thank you.
So basically what they're doing now is filling up the trays with the grow medium and making sure everything is full, not bulky, only level full. And after that we're going to put it through this roller that I have that actually puts the holes into the grow medium about 1 centimeter deep. So it rolls and then makes every seed tray evenly spaced with the same depth of hole when we're planting the seedlings. Here you can see the roller close up, evenly spaced. Actually, if we don't have this, we have to do it with our fingers. So here's a close-up work of the project. Now we put in the seeds. It's time consuming, but we put in every hole we put 1 seed at a time. So this is quite a long process, as you can see, quite time consuming. After that we use the vermiculite to top it off, and we don't fill it too much, just level with the tray. So what this does is actually holds back the moisture that so it don't evaporate too fast. Otherwise, if we just top it off with the same grow medium, after about the time it tends to get a hard top and the seeds can't come through. So vermiculite is the best way from my experience. After we filled it and the seeds are planted and topped up, I packed the seed trays in my irrigation system that I made especially for the seedlings. So I spaced them evenly side by side by each other. Now the reason for side by side obviously is for the water, and afterwards for pesticide and fertilizer application, as you can see in this video how I space it. Now everything is packed and ready to get water. So just a quick tip, don't let them get too much water. It's better to have them damp, otherwise too much water is also a bad thing. Otherwise you get bacterial diseases, and yeah, you don't want that. And so from personal experience, basically let them just be damp and not wet. Too wet is very bad for seedlings.
Hey guys, so this has been a month after we've planted the seeds. So as you can see, they're starting to come up, and well, not all of them are up yet, so we're gonna leave them to just gain a little bit of more strength, and then we're gonna put some fertilizer through, but I'll walk you guys through that just to give you guys an update how it looks so far. Thank you. Hey guys, so today the seedlings are 5 weeks old, and we're going to do the first fertilizer application to the seedlings. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so now to the fertilizer application. What you're going to need is a normal plastic drum. This one is filled with 200 liters of normal tap water, just plain clean tap water. You're going to need a watering can, and you're going to need some seedling fertilizer. I use AgroFert's seedling fertilizer. If you don't use AgroFert seedling fertilizer, you can use any type of fertilizer that is specifically made for seedlings. Otherwise, I have previously used nitrosol, but it's quite expensive, but it works perfectly. So I'm going to use AgroFert, and before I want to just apply the fertilizer to my water, I just want to sanitize it first. So what I use is a product called Spore Kill, and a lot of people use it for sanitizer, and yeah, with this COVID pandemic, you're probably gonna get it anyway. So the active ingredient, can't pronounce it. So there's the name. If you guys can Google it, and you'll probably find something similar. So how I use 25 mils per 100 liter of water. So it's gonna be 50 mils. So I'm gonna just measure out 50 mils. Just put this back. It's quite expensive, but yeah, okay. So I'm just going to add this to the water. Now any pathogens or anything that is not supposed to be in the seedlings when I apply the fertilizer will be dead. So I'm just gonna, yeah, we'll mix it just now. So for my fertilizer then, I'm gonna use 200 grams at 200 liters of water. So 100 grams per 100 liter water, 200 grams per 200 liter of water. So I'm just going to quickly measure that out. There's 200 grams. Now don't just pour it in, otherwise it tends to siphon down and it won't dissolve properly. So what I do is I just add a little of water, and then I just mix it. Don't worry, it's not corrosive or anything like that. So just mix it very good. You can see there's some flakes, so that needs to dissolve completely. Okay, now it's dissolved. I'm just going to add it to the bucket, and then I'm mixing it right through. Now this on top here, this is not the fertilizer, this is actually the spore cube that makes this, so don't worry about that, that's totally normal. Okay, so I mix it very gently through, a couple more times just to make sure everything is dissolved. Alright, so that's done. Now I'm going to use my, whatever you call it. Alright guys, so when you buy a watering can, another tip is make sure you get one with fine holes. Otherwise, when you start to pour the fertilizer, you wash away your seedlings. So let's just do it gently. So now I'm just gently applying the fertilizer like this, like watering your garden. Just steadily, patiently. I use about, say, 10 to 12 liters per 15 trays of seedlings. Making sure I cover every single one of them. Okay, so now guys, what I do is, you can't just do this once. I do this every second day of the week. So I do it on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right through until they're big enough to transplant. So that's basically it guys. Thanks, we'll keep you updated.